So, first of all, fuck the Vikings for having the audacity to complete the greatest comeback in NFL history the same week the Bengals do this against the Buccaneers. Welcome to the jungle, Bengals fans. I'm Kyle Phelps, and I am still shaking. It's the next morning, and I'm still shaking. The Bengals dragged themselves all the way back from 17-0 with 3 seconds left in the first half to end up defeating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by a decisive margin. But before we dive into all that, I just like to ask that you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. It really helps my channel out and it helps you know when I drop all of my content. So, we have to talk about it. I don't really want to go back to the dark times of the first half, but that part happened too. You know what they say, you can only put together a great comeback if you have a terrible start to the game in the first place. And oh boy! Did the Bengals have an awful start to this one. The first drive actually didn't look too bad, you know, like the first down T. Higgins, 7-yard pass to T. Higgins, first down to Joe Mixon, another first down to Joe Mixon. The offense was cooking, you know. You're thinking this is going to be a pretty easy win the way it's looking up for us, right? Nope! Out of nowhere, Joe Burrow gets a pass batted at the line by a blitzing Keanu Neal, and the next thing you know, Carlton Davis is coming down with an interception in the middle of a drive that really felt like it was a really good start. Maybe the defense can reset the game though and allow 0 points on the upcoming drive and the offense can get back to it, right? Nope, they held him to a field goal and it just kind of felt like the beginning of one of those games where the defense gets eaten alive very slowly and methodically. So the offense comes back out on the field, right? 3 and out. Defense gives up some chunk plays and eventually the Buccaneers get Russell Gage into the end zone. And there's another Bengals 3 and out, okay? Maybe this idea that the Bengals are just going to come in and walk all over the floundering Buccaneers wasn't entirely grounded in reality. The Bengals are getting virtually no pressure so far, with Trey Hendrickson out, and in the second quarter, Sam Hubbard ended up going out too. Great. So on the upcoming drive, the Buccaneers got in their own way a little bit, which was nice, as they got all the way down to the Bengals' 32-yard line, where Ryan Suckup lined up for a 50-yard field goal attempt. Certainly no gimme, and what do you know? He missed! Maybe the Bengals offense can come out on the next drive and put together something, and 3 and out. Yep, now that's pretty much what you'd expect at this point of the game. It's the third 3 and out in a row. Thank God that Drew Chrisman is punting well, right? But surely the defense can stop the Buccaneers from traveling 85 yards down the field, right? Again, no. Tom Brady just decides to throw the ball wherever Chris Godwin is, over and over on the following drive, which he really did all game. And eventually Godwin brings himself down for a touchdown. After all those high hopes we had going into this game, and now we're going to the half down 17-0. Oh boy. Finally, the Bengals offense does generate something of substance on the upcoming drive right before the half, and then they run out of time, and on the 23-yard line, they've got to settle for a field goal. So, hey, it's 17-3 now. Whee! So, yes, up until the literal final moments of the second quarter, the Bengals were down 17-0. Hope was fading fast at this point, and I was starting to go through the scenarios of how, oh, well, you know, losing this one game is not the end of the world. I was doing this on my stream. I was like, oh, well, you know, playoffs this, the Ravens are bad, you know, we can still win the division, you know, and then, oh, baby, did the defense turn it on in the second half. First drive right out of the first half, they hold the Buccaneers to a 3 and out deep in their own territory. For some reason, this is where the Buccaneers thought was the perfect time to attempt a fake punt. I think the idea was to try to hold on to their momentum, but then our old pal, Giovanni Bernard, my boy, decided to do us a solid and didn't get ready to take the snap. It hit him in the side of the helmet, and he had to scramble to recover the fumble, which he did, but it was 4th down, so the Bengals got possession anyway. What a great opportunity to build some momentum. It would be a shame if the offense gained a total of 13 yards and settled for a field goal. Yeah, shame that. Alright. Okay, so now it's 17-6, and it feels like we just blew a big opportunity to swing the tides wide open. That is, until Trey Flowers comes up with a huge pick on Tom Brady to set the Bengals offense up with short field yet again. Unbelievable. I can't believe it's happening like this. Then the offense proceeded to, gain 7 yards before Joe Burrow took a huge 23-yard sack at midfield to knock them out of field goal range. To this point, where my buddy Aaron decided he'd had enough of this stupid game and turned it off in frustration. I had realized, oh shit, I don't have any lucky water on me, so I went and got my water. You can see that on stream. But hold on a minute, Levante David was called for defensive holding on the play, and it gave the Bengals a free first down. Like, what? And by the way, I don't want to hear anything about this being a soft call on the Bucs, considering Jamar Chase was basically mugged into dropping a touchdown pass on the previous play. Bad call for bad call. Now you got yours, Tampa. Deal with it. The Bengals also got some help from the Buccaneers on a face mask penalty that, a few plays later, when they were still unable to get the ball in the end zone. That wasn't a bad call, though. That was a clear, obvious face mask penalty. It's like at this point, the Bengals were kicking and screaming and refusing to get a touchdown, but the Buccaneers were like, no, you will sit there and you will get 7 points whether you like it or not. So eventually, Joe Burrow did find T. Higgins for the tutty, 12-17 after a failed 2-point attempt. But still, it's just like, holy crap, we're back in this game. What happened? Alright, so I'm still concerned, though, because of the offense. Like, there's no way they get gifted easy field position like that again, right? Except Tom Brady fumbles at the 21-yard line, and Joseph Osai recovers. Let's go! Joe Burrow finds Tyler Boyd in the end zone this time without a lot of drama, and T. Higgins converts the 2 to go up 20-17. And then there's another fumble at the 38 for the Buccaneers. Holy shit, are the Bengals playing well or are the Bucs imploding at this point? I can't really tell. Jamar Chase in the end zone this time, 27-17. And holy shit, wouldn't you know it, the Buccaneers turned the ball over again. This time to Jermaine Pratt on an interception after the Buccaneers were driving and looking like they were going to cut that lead back a little bit. The Bengals punted on the ensuing drive, but at this point, who cares? It's really just about managing the game clock. Not to mention, Drew Chrisman, like I said, is punting like a god at this point, down the Buccaneers down at the 2-yard line, which was magnificent. In the final minutes of the fourth quarter, the Bengals and Buccaneers traded touchdowns, and the Bengals ended up decisively defeating the Buccaneers, despite trailing, again, 17-0 with 3 seconds left to go in the first half. So, first of all, fuck the Vikings for having the audacity to complete the greatest comeback in NFL history the same week the Bengals do this against the Buccaneers. And now nobody cares, right? It's like, nah. But, sometimes it's fun to fly under the radar, though. Now, with the Ravens losing to the Browns, the Bengals are officially back in control of the AFC North and very much in the hunt for the AFC's number 1 seed. So, let me know what y'all are thinking after the unbelievable win. Tell me in the comments below, and I will feature the best ones in my next video. Like this one from James Bowenkamp, who said, Bengals have not won the number 1 seed in the AFC since 1988. Only the Chiefs are safe from the warpath. We need to win out, and the Chiefs need 1 loss from either the Texans, the Broncos, the Seahawks, or the Raiders. What's crazy is since that comment, the Chiefs have almost lost to the Texans and the Broncos. So in their final 3 games, which includes another game against the Broncos, I wouldn't be shocked to see them drop one of them. It's still a very legitimate possibility, guys. But that's all I've got for this one, y'all. Until next time, y'all can find more of what I do at Kyle Phelps92 on Twitter, Facebook.com/ThePhelps, ATBNetwork.com, Butt Fumble Sports, the Battle of Ohio podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and right here if you subscribe. That was a game for the ages in Bengals lore, even though it won't be remembered in NFL circles beyond like the end of this week. Either way, I'll still leave y'all, as always, with a hootie!